Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Lucy's about to get up and leave, but Vanessa came to her booth where Lucy is. And Lucy saw, Vanessa, I'm sorry, are you in a rush? Nonsense, I got all the time in the world for my sister. And as they sat back down at the booth, so what's up? It's about Melissa. What do you mean? Melissa and Adam might be in some big trouble. How? Before Vanessa said anything else, her iPhone rings, and she got it and saw and answered it. Hello? Don't tell her, or else. Meanwhile, at the Edgewood Rich Manor in the living room, Thomas has looked at the text from Yolanda on his iPhone. Corey came in, and Thomas saw and put his iPhone up and got up and faced him. What's going on? Seems my ex-girlfriend's already moved on. Wow, that fast? Yeah, and I really don't get it at all. Maybe there's more to the story. It doesn't really matter. She's made her choice, and I think it's about time I did as well. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Yolanda's apartment, Yolanda came out of her bedroom and got her iPhone that's ringing on the bathroom cabinet. He's in my bedroom. Oh, I take that things went well, Cole. Yeah, it did. So what's your point? I want you to make your relationship with Cole real as possible. Why? So you and Thomas, I already told you, Thomas and I are gonna be together. Fine, with one condition. Meanwhile, in Taylor's house in the living room, Stephanie and Taylor are talking. Thank you so much for giving me this job. You earned it by working very hard, and I'm pleased. You still want to meet this Oliver? Well, of course I do. And it's someone knocking their door. Speaking of which, and as Taylor got up, I want to meet the guy who's stolen me daughter's heart. Really, Mom? And as Taylor hit to the door, and a wife and turned and faced her daughter. Not to worry, at least I'm not your father. That's a scary thought. And as Taylor turned and got the door, and it's Oliver. I take that you must be Oliver. Meanwhile, at the Grandview High School in the common room, Lauren's on her laptop. Till Daniel came to where she is, and she noticed. Daniel, I didn't see you. Is everything alright? And as Lauren closed her laptop. Mentally, yes. Physically, I'm afraid it's another story. And as Daniel went and sat next to Lauren. This might sound like some spoiled kid and all, but why did my parents left me and Tyler something I wasn't ready for? You still blame them for them doing a runner, leaving you and Tyler to raise Alex alone. Meanwhile, in the hallway, Adam's putting stuff in his locker. And as he closed it, and saw Max, who came to where Adam is. So you asked Melissa to marry you? Yeah, I know it sounds kind of cringe, wrong. Even though you just met her, I don't think it's a bad idea. Well, Melissa and I think life's too short to second guess what's gonna happen next. I think I know what's going on. Do you really? Of course. It's obvious you've been preparing for what's about to come. I'm afraid I don't follow. You're still convinced that the world is gonna end in a couple of months. Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Vanessa's on her iPhone talking to Tracy with Lucy there waiting. Look, I don't know how the hell you managed to get this memory, Vanessa. The last thing you want to do right now is test my patience. Patience? Oh, like what you're doing to Melissa? Who is that? If you reveal to who I am, you're not gonna like the consequences. And as Vanessa put the phone down, it's our grandma. And as she put it back on, look, can we talk about this later? You're being watched for every word you say, just so you know. Whatever. And as Vanessa hung up, Vanessa, I am not a fool because I know damn well that wasn't our grandma. So, who was it? Meanwhile, at the Edgewood Rich Manor in the living room, Thomas and Corey are talking. You sound quite certain of it. Yeah, it's like everything we went through meant nothing to her. I mean, she wasted no time to move on to the next guy. I see. You know what's funny? I wanted her to give me another chance. I mean, I know I stepped up by kissing Chelsea, but hey, we all make mistakes. Only thing is, mine was shown to most of the world. Which plump, hey, that doesn't mean she get a free pass to sleep with Cole. Apparently in her mind, she thinks otherwise. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Yolanda's apartment, Yolanda's talking to Victoria on her iPhone. There is no condition. I told you, my marriage with Holden is over and I'm taking Thomas. Speaking of which, he got your text photo, right? Of course he did. He probably thinks it's payback. That's kind of the point. Anyways, I'm head to his house, so text me the directions. Fine. And as Yolanda saw a shirtless Cole came out of the bedroom. Look, as much and fun as this sounds, I gotta go. He's there, isn't he? Look, I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. I text you the info, bye. And as Yolanda hung up, just as Cole came to where Yolanda is. Hey you, I woke up and you weren't there. Got kind of worried. Well, allow me to change that. And as they begin kissing each other. Meanwhile, in Taylor's house, Taylor's at the door facing Oliver. You must be Stephanie's mom. Just call me Taylor. Come in. And as Oliver came in, and as Taylor closed the door, and as Oliver saw Stephanie and went to where she is, while Taylor also came to the door. Oliver, you want anything to drink? I'm good. And as they all sat down. Alright, let's get straight to the point. What do you do for a living? Mom! I'm a songwriter, and I wait tables at the Grand Pub at night. Sounds like you work really hard. Also, I'm in the midst of signing a record deal with Edgewood International. Isn't that company that represents major artists? I mean, I know it's rival to Capitol and Jive and all the others. Yeah, that one. Funny, I didn't realize you were a singer. I have many talents up my sleeve, as you know. Yeah, seems you do. And honestly, I find that very impressive. Meanwhile, at the Grandview High School in the common area, Lauren and Daniel are talking. As much as I want to admit, I do blame them for leaving us. I'm quite certain there was a reason. No, I don't buy that at all. Is there anything I can do? There's nothing you can do that can change the outcome. I meant cheer you up, because it seems you're overwhelmed with stress. I meant to ask you earlier, but it's fine. Clearly, I got a lot on my mind. Hey, I'm not going anywhere. If you need anyone to talk, you know I'm right here for you. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And as Lauren got up, and as she headed towards the window, and Daniel also got up and came to where she is, and she turned and faced him. I love my little brother Alex so much, and I do. Also, at the same time, I'm worried about my older brother Casey, who's still in a coma. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate what happened to him. Either way, I'm glad the person who did this won't be bothering any of us anytime soon. Thing is, I feel the same way about my family. Come on. And as Lauren turned and faced Daniel just in time for him to hug her, and as he held her, I'm gonna make certain everything is gonna be fine. Meanwhile, in the hallway, Adam and Max are talking. Mate, you really think I'm asking Melissa to marry her because the end of the world is coming? Well, you've been talking about it for months and I just don't know where you're at right now. The thing is, dude, I'm at a point where I don't know. I'm just doing this one step at a time and I feel marrying Melissa is the right thing to do. She's pregnant. No, look, you gotta promise you won't tell nobody what I'm about to say. Sure. You know what? Let's have some privacy in case there's eyes looking about. Good call. And as Adam led Max to the empty classroom, and as they went in, and as Max closed the door and turned and faced Adam, and as he turned and faced him, Melissa and I got a text saying we have to get married. You mean blackmail, right? Yeah. Do you know who sent that text? Tracy Grimes. That name sounds familiar. You don't think... Yeah, Tracy Grimes as in Holden mother's Tracy Grimes. Apparently, Melissa witnessed her stabbing, killing her husband or whatever. Point is, unless we have a wedding, she's planning to frame Samuel from the crime. Well said, Adam, and as Tracy came in from the closet door to where they are, and Adam and Max saw her. In fact, I couldn't have said it any better. Now then, it's time to discuss your role, and as Tracy looked at Max and playing his best man since you know all the information. While at the Grandview Diner, Vanessa and Lucy are talking. Okay, that was Holden's mom. What the hell does she want? She wants Melissa and Adam to get married. What? I'm afraid you heard me correctly, and she's deadly serious about it. There's gotta be a reason to why she wants to pursue this wedding so bad. There is. To prevent our dad from being sent down for Ben's murder. Dad didn't kill Ben, of course we know that, but not everyone is convinced. And as the young man came to their table, and Vanessa and Lucy saw, speaking of which, it's Holden Grimes. Yeah, it is so good to see you again. Meanwhile, at the Edgewood Ridge Manor in the living room, Thomas and Corey are talking. This party must have been the source of all this that got started. As much as I regret what I've done, I kinda don't at all. What do you mean by that? Yolanda and I were bound to break up. I just didn't guess it happened soon, but it kinda did. I don't get it. The two of you lot have been through so many challenges, that's what I told her. And now because of one damn kiss, she wants to throw in the towel. I think there's more to it. What's your theory? I think she wanted out of our relationship so bad that she needed one perfect excuse to do so, and thanks to my kiss with Victoria, I'm afraid she's got it. Damn, that's really gotta hurt. Like I said earlier, I think it's about time I move forward with my life, and I will. Don't worry, there's plenty other fishes in the sea. Anyways, I gotta head to work, but I'll check on you later. And as Thomas got up, along with Corey, and as Corey turned and left the living room, just as Victoria came in the room, and Thomas noticed her. What the hell are you doing here? And more importantly, how did you find me? Really, dude? Haven't you noticed by now that you couldn't be hard to find at all? Second of all, you're an Edgewood. Now, getting back to my point, I couldn't help but overhear the conversation between you and Corey. That is between Corey and me. Then you should have lived privacy and get a room together. Now, about you and me. It seems to me that you haven't regret the kiss we had back in New York. Honestly, I don't think Yolanda deserves a guy with you. I mean, if she's willing to break up with you over one damn kiss, I don't think you two belong together. What do you want? I believe there's unfinished business between you and I that need to be sorted. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Yolanda's apartment in the hallway, Yolanda and Cole are making out. Till they pull away. I'm glad you invited me over last night. Look, about that, You want to forget? Wrong. Last night was clearly the best night of my life. I mean, you totally rocked my world in ways I can't imagine. Anyways, about Abby. You want us to become a couple, right? Yes, and not to work. Abby won't be a problem. In fact, there's a couple loose ends that I need to fix, but overall, Abby and I are done. Good, because I think you and I are gonna do just fine. Let's head back to our room. Ooh, now you're speaking my language. And as they continue to make out, and as Cole led Yolanda right back towards their room. And as they stop, what is it? Why don't we have some music, to set the tone? I'm down, and as Cole went and got his iPhone and blew to some news to still right now. What about that? Sounds good to me. No more talking. And as Yolanda came to where Cole is, just as he put his iPhone down, and as they began to make out, and as Cole led Yolanda towards their bed, and they arrived just as Yolanda began taking her shirt off, and as Cole got Yolanda in the bed, and as he began to make sweet love towards Yolanda. Meanwhile, in Taylor's house in the living room, Taylor, Stephanie, and Oliver are talking. How long have you known my daughter? Only for a couple of weeks. And what's your true intentions towards us? Mom, really? It's fine. I just want to make certain she's safe at all times. And I am. Thanks to you lot. You have to forgive her. She likes to do an interrogation, thinking she's my dad. You do realize that your father would be a lot harder on him than me. Can I just point out that Stephanie's been the best person I've ever met? I've been out with other people, but no other has clicked like Stephanie and I. I feel like we're sort of like endgame here. I know it sounds early, but my instincts never lie. I'm sure they don't. Look, you seem like a good guy in all, Oliver, and I like that a lot. You have potential to becoming her husband someday. Stephanie, you mind me have a word in the kitchen, please? Sure. And as Stephanie got up along with Taylor, and as she followed her mom to the kitchen, and as they arrived, and as Taylor turned and faced her daughter with her facing her. Really? You're going out with him? Mom, what do you have against him? He's not Ryder at all. Mom, would you just give it up already? I am truly over Ryder Garner. Are you really? Meanwhile, at the Grandview High School in the common area, Lauren and Daniel are in a hug. And as they pull away, why don't I drive you somewhere, just to clear the air? I'm fine, but thanks. But I'm going to need your company tonight. Sure thing. I was originally supposed to graduate last year, but due to the fact that I didn't have enough credits, I have to be here for one semester. But overall, I still want to take care of my brother. Hey, everything is gonna work itself in the end. I know you got a lot on your plate, with Casey in the hospital and your younger brother going to middle school. It'll work itself in time. How did you get to be so positive? I like to see and view things in the long run. Yeah, seems you do. Anyways, you mind walking me to class? Sure, but first things first. And as they begin kissing each other and pull back. Thank you for reminding me that there's still hope, and it always will be. Meanwhile, in the classroom, Tracy, Adam, and Max are talking. How the hell did you get in? It doesn't matter. What's your deal? That you'll do exactly what I say for your sake. You know what? I don't know what kind of threat you have over Melissa. Oh, a strong one. Just like I have one on you two lot. Now, Max, you're gonna be his best man at his wedding, hands down, or I expose your deepest, darkest secret. He agrees. What? Just trust me. Fine. I'll be his best man. Good answer. Now, that wasn't so hard. Don't push your luck. I'll be in touch with the both of you. Excuse me. And as Tracy turned and went and leave the classroom. And by the way, and as Tracy stopped and turned and faced Adam and Max, the one thing you do want to do is try to deceive me. Because I assure you, you won't like the consequences. Will you stop with the theatrics and do one? I already told you I agreed to be his best man. Fine. And as Tracy turned and went and left the room. And as Max turned and faced Adam, mate, why the hell would you agree to Tracy that I'll be your best man? We don't have much choice but to play her game for now. There's no telling what she have on us. That is true. Look, I would love to be your best man if you ask me, but not due to Tracy's. Yeah, I get it. You really think she has the power to have Samuel get sent down? There's no telling, but we cannot take any chances. True that. We have to find out why Tracy would frame Samuel for the murder. Unless... yeah, my thoughts exactly.